Hi friends, it's Jen. Here I am with another video. And this morning I went to Winco and I bought a butternut squash, and I also bought a spaghetti squash, but that's on the other table. So today I'm going to roast this butternut squash in the oven, and then once it's cooked I'm going to puree it into butternut squash soup. I cut it in half, and this is the inside of the butternut squash. So now I'm going to remove these seeds. Okay, so there they are. They're in the oven. I put them face down, that way they can steam. And I'm going to cook it for about 45 minutes to an hour. I'll check on it, and it's about 375. I think I should drop it down to 350. Okay, so it's been an hour, and the squash is done. And it's nice and tender. Nice and tender. It's actually nice and sweet. So what I'm going to do is let it cool down, and then I'll scoop it into a pot and finish making it, or turn it into a soup. So I have half a cube or half a stick of butter that I'm going to melt. And then what I'll do is I will scoop the butternut squash into the pan. It is inside the pot. And now I'm going to grate a clove of garlic into the pot. Now I'm going to add some milk just to make it a little liquidy and creamy. Let's see how that turns out. A little salt. Probably a half a teaspoon or less. Salt it to your liking if you want salt. And I'm going to add a little sprinkle of pepper just to give it some flavor, a little pizzazz. And then you can see it's boiling here on the sides. And then what I'm going to do, you could put this in a blender if you want to thin it out. This is the consistency. It's not soupy. So what I like to do is I like to keep adding. You can add chicken broth if you have it. Add water. I'm going to add some more milk, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my immersion blender and blend it up. Okay, so now I'm going to puree it with this immersion blender. You could blend it if you want it choppy. You could leave it as is. It's kind of chunky. We kind of like it a little smooth, so that's why I'm going to puree it a little bit. And you can also use a regular blender if you have. So after using the immersion blender, this is the consistency now. I think that's a good consistency. That's kind of how we like it. We don't want it too runny. It's kind of nice and thick. This is how we like it. And this is going to be for my dad, because a couple years ago he had like an esophagus problem where his esophagus closed down, and he has a follow-up appointment this Friday for, what they do is they kind of stretch his esophagus. So when I go down this Friday to take him, I usually stay the night, keep an eye on him, and I made him some soups that he can eat that's nutritious for him. So this is what I thought, maybe I'd just record this. So here it is, friends. This is the consistency. Let me put it in a bowl. So here's what it looks like in a bowl. It's pretty good change. Usually we make like chicken noodle soup or beef soup and stuff, but I'm kind of getting into the creamy soups right now. Probably next I'm going to make a potato soup. But this is what it looks like. And with this, I'll probably usually I'll do like French bread with garlic bread, French bread with some garlic and butter, kind of toasted in the oven, or focaccia bread that my boys like. But I didn't buy any of that, and I don't have the flour and stuff to make it, but I do have some sliced white bread, so I'll most likely just toast that with butter and rub a little garlic on it, and they can eat it with this. Alright, well, I hope you try it out. You guys have a good day.